Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we're joined by the reigning NSIC Women's Basketball North Division Player of the Week, Peyton Boom of MSU Moorhead. Peyton, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, let's get started by you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm originally from Barnesville, Minnesota, but I've been here at Moorhead for the past 6 years. So you could say Moorhead's basically my second home. And this year I recently started grad school for speech pathology, so that's exciting.
All right, so just down the road, Barnesville, Moorhead, not too far away from each other. What was it about Moorhead that drew you there?
Since it was so close, I like being close to family, and I knew I liked the community. It's small. I know everything about it. Like nothing's surprising. I don't like change a little bit. But yeah, the campus itself, it's smaller. I knew I could make good relationships with the professors. And bonus, I got to play basketball while doing so.
All right. Well, the Dragons on fire last weekend. You traveled south to Winter Park, Florida at the Rollins College Thanksgiving Tournament. First question for you. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving meal?
We did. We got to go to this nice restaurant and they offered a Thanksgiving dinner. So we got turkey, mashed potatoes, all the good stuff.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. All right. Now, next day you had to go play basketball. And surprisingly, off to a quick start against Rawlings. No turkey hangover or anything. You scored 2 early baskets. For one of these games, what's the pregame preparation like for a team like Rawlings, someone you probably don't know too much about?
We kind of just go about it like every other team. We scout them while also focusing on ourselves. But yeah, we didn't want to put too much pressure on it. But, yeah.
So you get 10 points, 5 boards on the day. You're one of 4 Dragons in double figure scoring. Talk about your teammates.
We have a lot of young talent this year, but they're learning their roles. You have new people, freshmen. They're learning their roles fast, and they're playing some key roles this year. And some returning players that we have are Mariah McKeever and Natalie Jens, and they need to have a pretty good year for us. They'd have to have a big game like all the time. They have to be key players, but I feel like they're already stepping into that role, so they're doing a really good job there. And we also have a transfer from NDSU, Olivia Skibble, and she's already making like a really big impact on her team. So yeah, it's definitely helpful having a new upperclassmen to help shape the freshmen.
Yeah, and on Saturday, another quick start for the Dragons. A day later versus Holy Family, you finish with 22 points, 11 boards, and 3 blocks. You're named the Rawlings Thanksgiving Tournament Most Outstanding Player. What did it mean to earn that award?
It means a lot. Like there were a lot of good players at that tournament, including some of my teammates that really played well. But most importantly, I think it's nice that we got the 2 wins, and we're hoping a lot more than just 2-0 for the weekend and continue the streak.
As you said, continue the streak 2-0 last weekend. You started a long stretch of NSIC play, 3 weekends before the holiday break, 6 games in there. How is this going to help you lead into those games?
I feel like it's always helpful to come off some wins, but obviously then NSIC is a totally different challenge where every team's familiar with each other. So we just have to keep preparing and getting ready to play some games and hopefully get it up.
Coach Carla Nelson has been doing this a long time up at MSUM. Talk about her coaching style and what it's like to play for her.
I feel like it's no surprise. You can see her and she's on the sideline. She's pretty intense, but I know she has our best interests at heart. And she knows what her players are capable of, and she's not afraid to push us to get us to where we need to be.
Come game day, anything special you do to get ready for the game?
I don't do anything special, but there's one thing I can't do. I can't listen to Disney music before we play. I don't know. It's just a superstition. I try to get out of it, but
You have to listen to Disney music, or you can't?
I can't.
Is that a problem? Is it blaring in the locker room?
Nope, I try to ignore it, but I mean, it won't affect my game. It's just in my head.
Okay, no Disney music. Okay, we're giving some of your weaknesses away to other teams, so they're scouting you there. All right, final question for you. What advice would you give to a young basketball player to help them in their development?
I feel like the big thing is people kind of focus on points, but you don't determine your game off points. Obviously, there's nights where the ball won't go into the basket, so you just gotta focus on little things like defense, rebounding, and just taking care of the ball. It's a team sport, and your teammates are there to help you through the ups and downs. So, yeah.
Some great advice there. Some great advice to fans. NSIC basketball contests are aired live and free on the NSIC network. Check out northernsun.org for more information on all things NSIC, including MSUM women's basketball. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Peyton, thanks for joining us. Best of luck to you and the Dragons the rest of the season.
Thank you.